नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Shri Mahants, Mahants, Tanedar Kotari, visitors, viewers, everyone sitting with us through Nityananda TV, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha all over the world. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I'll enter into the next sutra of Kenopanishad. Recite along with me. Na tatra chakshur gaschati na vag gaschati no manaha na vidmo na vijanimaha yadaitadadanu shishyat anyadeva tat vididat atho aviditadati idi sushruma purvesham nastatyachakshire na tatra chakshurgacchati na vaggacchati no manaha na vidmo na vijanimaha yadaitadadanu sishyat anyadeva tat vididat atho avididat ati idi sushruma purvesham yenastat vyachakshire. Let me read out the translation. There the eye goes not, the speech goes not, nor the mind and the intellect. We do not know, we do not understand how that reality, consciousness can be taught. It is distinct from the known, as it is far beyond man's finite objective nature. That is what the mind, eyes, ears, or speech, the senses can perceive, and it is beyond the unknown, as it can be known by man's divine infinite subjective nature. Thus we have heard from the ancient masters who revealed and explained that to us. Listen. The moment I read this verse, I had one experience flashing in me which happened in my life in 1995. I'll narrate the whole thing, listen carefully. After I had the darshan of Shankar Baba in Haridwar, who came and gave me food, medicine, and cured me, I was completely hale and healthy, blissful, running all over the Haridwar, enjoying. Suddenly one day evening I heard the news that one Swami Vairagyananda, Ramakrishna's Dharmapatni, Ardangini, Sharada Devi's disciple. Sharada Devi should be called as Dharma Samvartini, not Dharmapatni. Dharmapatni is a too small word. Dharma Samvartini. She rolled the Dharma Chakra of Ramakrishna. Her disciple, her own initiated disciple, Swami Vairagyananda. I have heard about him. I have even had his darshan earlier. I heard that he is in hospital, really ill and need to be attended. There is a hospital in Kankal. The land was given by Mahanirvani Akkada to Ramakrishna Mission, and Ramakrishna Mission built the hospital and maintaining it. In 17 places, Mahanirvani Akkada has given land to Ramakrishna Mission. Kashi, Haridwar, major places of India, many places, Mahanirvani Akkada has given to Ramakrishna Mission. And so I ran to the hospital. I had the opportunity of serving him. The best punya this body has ever earned is serving the elderly sadhus, especially when they are sick. Cleaning up their one, two, without feeling hesitation or any of the so-called emotions, treating them properly. By the time I went and started attending to him, he was not able to go to restroom. He used to have everything in the bed itself, and I used to clean, take care, and he has developed little bed sores, and I used to attend to that. That is my passionate, sir, what to say that. The best thing I enjoyed in my life is taking care of elderly sadhus. I will always be there when there is elderly sadhus who are not well, who need to be attended. My Guru, when she gave me the danda for yatra, Parivaraja Yatra, she told me only these two words. You will never be in want of anything you need for survival, existence. Your life will never be under threat. You will be protected. And then, when I was taking her blessings and about to leave, she said, always serve elderly sadhus. That will be a great punya. I said yes. But of course, I did not leave immediately. After she left the body only, I left Tiruvannamalai. But I always kept that word of serving the elderly sadhus. I was attending to him. I had the fortune of attending to him for few days continuously. He was so happy the way I took care of him. And he is a Mahatma. Mahatma means I can see clearly the internal organs are failing, but the beaming joy in his face. Even at that time, he will not lie down flat. He will say, hey, only bogis lie down flat, never yogis. His internal organs are failing. He may be alive maximum next 24 hours or 48 hours, not more than 2-digit hours. The voice, hey, Koka. Koka is the Bengali word to address a kid or a child. He used to call me as Koka Maharaj. Koka. In Tamil it's a bad word, so don't use. Koka Maharaj. Make me sit. I have to drag him a little up so that he's at least in the slanting position. I'll tell Maharaj, why do you want to sit? Just lie down and relax. Nay, only bogies lie down and lie down. Yogi can never lie down. He used to tell, the royal brand horses can never sit or lie down and sleep. The kings had the habit. If a royal horse lies down or sits even once, it's killed. Only the middle class horses can sit or lie down. Royal horses never sits or lies down throughout their life. I was shocked. I don't know how much to believe. That is exactly the word he told me. And he gave that example and then said, hey, yogi should never lie down and sleep. Until the end, the flat lying down was never his lifestyle. And he will sit and stretch the leg. And the moment he closes his eyes, that smile and the joy in his face, the way he radiates, I can touch and feel God in the air he is breathing, in the space he is radiating. So I was serving him, taking care of him. I actually wiped some of the pus formed in his back, the bed sores. He developed little bed sores in the back and the butt. So I cleaned up all that, and one nice thing with Ramakrishna Mission hospitals, the whole thing is service motive. The care was so much. And they provide best things with so much of care. Money was never a motive. So it is always only the life, ethical practice of medicine and preference only for life. Nothing else. That was the beauty. So they will provide everything required, cotton, whatever, the Dettol or anything required. So I was wiping, cleaning. Nurses also will come. But when there is attendant, naturally nurses will attend to other patients who has no attendants. Because there was no money motive, they will allow the people who are sincerely taking care, they will allow the people to take care of the patients. So I attended to him, everything. And again he was sitting with the stretched legs. I just had one idea happening. He lived his whole life a great sadhu. A Mahapurusha, Adi Shakti, Parashakti herself came down as Sharada Devi. The power and the manifestation. If I am asked to personally vote, in my heart I will vote for Sharada Devi first, Ramakrishna next. See, the frequency of enlightenment can never be judged. That is same. But the pressure with which it expressed, Sharada Devi is best. Because she was too young when she was given by Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna did not have a physical guru who gave. He has to just connect with Kali's deity and then relate and do it on his own. But with Sharada Devi, he was there, Ramakrishna was there, physically. And Sharada Devi's disciple, Adi Shakti, Parameshwari, her own disciple. What is it? What is it? The essence of his life? What I can learn? I just had only this one flash. What I can learn from him at this situation? What should I learn from him at this situation? The person of this caliber, Tapasvi, after he left the body, the only property he left is only small tumbler, glass. Yeah, brass or copper, glass. It is still with me. It's with us in our archives. That is the only property he has left. Not even a plate. That's all he had. Usually the tradition in the north is any sadhu is sick, old, who attends to him when he is old, he is the automatic legitimate successor. That's a tradition. Because I attended to him after he left the body, after the Jalasamadhi was done, the Panch, he belongs to Mahanirvani because Puri Sampradaya. So Panch gathered and said, who is the sadhu who attended to Vairagyananda? They said, this Koka was attending. Okay, whatever Vairagyananda's property, please give it to him. They took me to a room where he was resting his life. Room was completely empty. Only this one tumbler. Actually, that is the way he lived. It's not that people have stolen after he passed away, nothing. That's the way he lived. That's the only property he had. Nothing else. Amazing life. He had one small kind of a Ishtadevata, the Sharada Devi's Pada Tuli, the feet dust of Sharada Devi in a small pack kind of a thing which he used to worship. He gave that to me when he was in the body itself. When he was about to leave the body, he gave that. That's different. I was just looking at him, what I can learn, understand. Now this line, please listen to this line carefully. I'll just narrate it. This should be your Facebook status on Vakyartha, the subject for all of you today. The moment I had this flow, kind of a thought current, not exactly thought current, kind of a current, he just opened his eyes and, Koka, listen. If you enjoyed only 5 senses related pleasures, when that 5 senses cannot function anymore, you will fall in depression. Because life will feel empty. Then, if you enjoyed only kind of a thinking, the intellectual pleasures, like scientists, mathematicians, logicians, when that logic is failing, the powerful logic is giving way, you will fall into depression. He was narrating beautifully. Listen carefully. First listen. He was telling, if you are all the time hooked on to the TV, when your eyes fail, you will fall into depression. If you are all the time hooked on to the music, if your ears fail, you will fall into the depression. If you are all the time hooked on to the tongue, when your tongues fail, you will fall into depression. If you are all the time hooked on to physical pleasures, when your body fails, you will fall into depression. If you are all the time into these intellectual debates and brain candy, when that fails, you will fall into depression. Even if you have developed only the power of repeating the name of the God, Japa, when your logic slowly fails, you will not be able to do that, you will fall into depression. If you have visualized and meditated on God, when your visualization is getting dull, you will fall into depression. You will not be able to hold anything. He was describing step by step. He said, throughout my life, I developed to rest in that pure, unclutching space and my integrity to my Guru. So even though one by one my senses have failed, my intellect is failing, my ability to remember is failing, my visualization is failing, my emotions are failing, all that is failing. But because my whole life I developed the strength of resting in my pure completion and unclutched space, or pure questioning, whatever I say, that Advaita Nirvikalpa Samadhi, now I am simply resting into it. Beyond that is my integrity to my Guru, which is holding me from the bottom. So I just know I am relaxing in right space. There is no depression. There is only joy. This is what you can learn from my life as lesson. When he was describing, I can see, understand. This is the most powerful old age insurance, you can do it. Even if you practice just repetition of name, when your logic gets into, actually when the salt intake reduces or creatinine level increases in your blood, your ability to connect and remember will fail. Even the pleasure of repeating the name of the God is the pleasure comes from ability to connect and see. You have to connect that name and the God's form and His quality and all that subtly internally. Even that circuit will fail at one time in you. And even if you visualized all the time Sadashiva's form or even my own form, Guru's form, and meditated, there will be one moment where that visualization ability will collapse in you. The one and only thing you need to develop is your ability to rest in unclutched space. The perpetual completion, Sagaja Samadhi, and even that will collapse. That time, only one thing can hold you, your integrity to your Guru. He said, the only thing I developed in my life is my ability to relax in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. When that gives way, I know I'll just fall into my mother's lap, because I was completely integrated to her. The joy beaming in his face. Only with Arunagiri Yogeshwara, I had tears of gratitude in my eyes. The next person with whom I had tears of gratitude in my eyes, other than Arunagiri Yogeshwara, is Vairagyananda Swami. This Swami. He was so honest about, he was so integrated about what he was talking. The power of his integrity, I got entangled with that experience. The entangled with that experience. I was actually literally vibrating the space from which he was describing. That entanglement is what I feel is initiation to me. That is the way he transmitted whatever he wants to give me, a blessing, fulfillment, completion. What a significant description. He said beautifully, see, in your brain, if the salt level in your food and blood, the salt level goes down or creatinine level goes up. Please understand, if creatinine level goes up or the salt level goes down significantly, both will make you lose, your brain will lose its ability to remember and connect. So even if you develop the habit of japa, at one time you can fall into depression, because it will not be helpful when your brain collapses, loses its ability to connect and remember. The best thing you should develop in your system is your ability to be in the space of unclutching, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, the space of Sadashivoham, the space of perpetual completion, space of Sahaja Samadhi, space of Nityanandoham. Whatever different words I may use, I mean only that space, which is technically called by Sadashiva as Sayujya Samadhi or Sadashivoham or Nirvikalpa Samadhi by Patanjali, Nirbija Samadhi by Shankara. You should develop only that space, and that space also will give way at one point. Then the space you will fall is the integrity with Guru. Understand? That is the last space you will fall. After that you can't do anything. That hand has to just take you in and digest you. He said, that last point I am going to fall, Nirvikalpa Samadhi I have developed in me, and I am sure about my integrity with my mother. In Bengali, in little few words he uttered, I'll go to my mother's house, Mayarbadi. I'll go to my mother's house. Mayarbadi is the word he used. Mayarbadi means mother's house. Because I was so integrated to her, I'll fall in her lap and I'll go to mother's house. Understand? The moment he said this and it clicked with me, the entanglement was so beautiful. I can see what he is saying is with complete integrity, and it just entered into my system. Literally, that maybe 1 hour that conversation was going on, I was literally in his space and I was literally living what he was talking. When he completely narrated, he's an elderly sadhu, and I just held his hand and said, Maharaji, can I hug you? He smiled and I just hugged him. Then, I think after that he was in the body maybe 2 days or less than 2 days. He was in the body, then he gave me the mother's Padatuli, still which I am having, the feet dust of Sharada Devi. He gave it to me for worshipping. And still which is there in our archives, which he was worshipping for his whole life. He told, one day there was Jagadatri Puja. In Bengal they do many beautiful pujas, Durga Puja, Kali Puja, Saraswati Puja, Jagadatri Puja. They make deities out of Ganga clay beautifully, and they worship and then offer it back to Ganga. So, one day the Jagadatri Puja, the deity was made and ready. The puja was about to start. Suddenly there was heavy rain and the deity melted. Means that in that rain all the clay is gone. So the deity is not there for puja. They are running around because very less time for the particular time of the puja you are supposed to perform. There is no time to go and get another one deity, another one murti. Mother said, Sharada Devi said, it's okay, I am the Jagadatri. I'll sit directly and do puja. She sat directly on the pita, on the asana, live. And then the pujari started doing the puja. Literally how the puja is done to the deity. And pujari sat and she accepted the puja. After the puja, this Swami, he received initiation. She gave initiation to him. After the puja, when he touched the feet, he suddenly saw the feet was Devi's feet with all the ornaments and everything. It was not human feet. He was shocked, and slowly when he started raising his eyes, he saw Jagadatri is sitting. Jagannatha was sitting. And the feet dust of Devi, Kumkum was offered at her feet, which came in his hand when he touched her feet. That only he collected and put it in a pack and started worshipping as the prasada of that experience. That only he gave it to me. Before leaving the body, and then he left the body as usual. Because he was a great sadhu, whole Haridwar gathered and carried his body and did Jalasamadhi. He requested Jalasamadhi. Usually, these two are only done, either Jalasamadhi or Bhusamadhi. Sadhus' bodies are not burnt. It is never put to fire. It will only be either given to Ganga or Bhusamadhi. He requested Jalasamadhi, so Jalasamadhi was given. Rest is history. Listen. Natatra chakshur gacchati na vak gacchati no manaha. Eyes goes not, speech goes not. If you visualize something and enjoy the pleasure whole life, that is not God. Be very clear. Because at one point eyes will fail. Your visualization ability will fail. Your speech will fail. And your verbalization ability will fail. Even your mind will fail. And your intellect, your intellectual abilities will fail. Your logic, your intellectual abilities will fail. All that will not be sharp. Little less sugar, your visualization ability will fail. Little less salt, your verbalization ability will fail. All that is not consciousness. Exactly what I learned from Vairagyananda Swami is this verse. The essence of this verse. It cannot be taught. The only teaching I can give you is it cannot be taught. Build the ability to be in Nirvikalpa Samadhi, unclutched space, complete completion, Sahaja Samadhi, perpetual completion. That is the only right spiritual practice you can do. Nothing else. Nothing else. Understand? Then he was casually sitting and telling me, Koga, when your eyes stops grasping all the possibility of getting engaged through the eyes fails. Your ears stops connecting. All the things can be done through ears fails and collapses. Tongue, when it collapses, everything can be done through the tongue, collapses. Your mind means ability to visualize. No manaha. Ability to visualize. When that collapses, actually, When the sugar level goes down, that will collapse. Doctors can relate to what I am saying very clearly. If a sugar level goes down, visualization will collapse. If a salt level goes down, intellectual, verbalization, verbal connectivity, possibility will collapse. When all these collapses, the only thing can take you to the ultimate is if you have built the ability to be in the unclutched space when you are in the body. When everything is active, if you have made that opening in you, the Sahaja Samadhi, and you will fall through that opening into your integrity with the Guru. He will simply hold you. You will relax into enlightenment. I tell you, yesterday one incident happened. One of my ashramite, who all the time get great Guru Puja for our inefficiency, our non-committed way of lifestyle, she had a problem. Doctors have diagnosed something is wrong with the stomach. When she came to me for blessing, actually behind her I saw Rahu was coming. I just opened my eyes and said, he was trying to describe to me that we will have to go to doctor, do a blood test and find out whether it is malignant, benign and all that. I just looked and said, nothing, there won't be any problem. Go and do whatever test or anything need to be done. It will just be benign and it will be healed, cleared, I will take care, don't bother. The moment I uttered the word, fortunately she had one thing, integrity with me. The connection, like an arrow, it connected and that Ragu ran away. He just disappeared. Now I just know the doctors who said there is a tumor. Today or tomorrow they will say, what happened? Tumor is not there, nothing is there. You are okay, you are all right. Who told you there was tumor? But if that integrity with me is not there, when I gave that word, blessing, the integrity is the umbilical cord through which this arrow just goes and hits the disease and clears it. If that integrity is not there, Ragu would have sat inside. But now I know for sure she is healed. The problem is not there now. Doctors will tell, hey, what happened? Then they will tell, hey, you guys are Nityananda's disciples. We don't know what happens to you guys. One day you come with some disease, tomorrow it is not there. Whether we can believe our diagnosis machine or I don't know what you guys do. One thing is sure, all the time you guys are disproving the medical science, that's all. Understand, compromise on anything, not on integrity with Guru. That will take care of you and save you anywhere. He said, I know one thing. I have developed the joy and bliss of unclutching space in me. That chemistry I have developed in me. And my integrity to my Guru. As long as I exist, I'll fall into that unclutched space. And from there, I know I'll fall only into my Guru, because my integrity with my Guru. Over. What a way to spend the old age and time in deathbed, and what a way to leave the body. I tell you, the fruit of your life is the way you leave the body. Nothing else. Not what you left, but the way you left. Understand? Not what you left, but the way you left is essence of your life. If we have to judge somebody's life, the way they lived, it has to be done only by the way they left, not what they left. Not what they left, but the way they left. This verse is the essence of Vairagyananda's teaching to me. If you have developed that unclutched space and integrity with Guru, your life insurance is done. That's all. After that, everything you do is bonus. If you have not done that, develop that with all your energy and intelligence. Don't wait. In the old age you can develop. No. Do it now. That's the most important, first priority thing you need to do for your life. I bless you all. Whatever entanglement happened between Sharada Devi and Vairagyananda and me, let that happen between me and all of you. And let you all have that experience and truth of Nirvikalpa Samadhi and the integrity with the Master. Let you all have this most important life insurance for life and death, for living and leaving. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Shuddhadvaita Saivam, the eternal bliss, Nityananda. Thank you. Be blissful.